Now, in this version of Drupal 8, if we click the drop-down button, we can delete core views. And this is something that I think is likely to be fixed soon. But the way that we would guard against accidentally deleting a core view is the same process that we'd go through to protect any of our configuration from deletion or from problematic adjustments. And that's by using the configuration management. Configuration management, in the case of Drupal, means to take configuration that's normally stuck in the database and export it into code and be able to import it later back into the database. In Drupal 7, most people use the features module to accomplish this. Now, Drupal 8's configuration management is a bit simpler than features in that we can't create bundles of configuration. We can only export everything or export one thing, but not group things together as bundles. So to do that same thing, you'll probably end up using features in Drupal 8. But out of the box, we do have a way to at least capture our configuration in code as a backup and a way to version control our configuration if that's what you need to do. So let's take a look at how to do that. I'm going to click on Manage, and then Configuration, Development, and then Configuration Synchronization. I'm going to go to the Export tab, and this will allow us to export all of Drupal 8's configuration as one tarball. So I'm going to click the Export button, and I'll click Save. And now if we go to our File Explorer, and we double-click the tarball, we'll get an expanded folder here, and it's got the configuration for our entire site. And if we do a search here for front page, you see that we have views.view.frontpage.yaml, YML. So if something bad happens to our front page view, we'll be able to import it by copying the code in here and pasting it into the import section. I'm going to jump back over to the browser. The import tab is right here, and we can select single item and paste in the configuration here. Let's give that a try. I'm going to go to Structure, Views, and then if we scroll down for our front page view, I'm going to go ahead and delete it. I'll click Delete. And so now we have no front page. If we go back to the site, we end up with some errors. So I'm going to go back to Configuration, Development, Synchronization of Configuration. I'll go to Import, and then I'll jump back to our configuration, and I'm going to open this up in our text editor, and I'll copy the code, go back to the browser, I'll click Single Item, I'll select the configuration type, it's a view, I'll paste in the configuration here, and I'll click Import. I'll click Confirm, and now if we go back to Structure, Views, we'll see front page listed here, and we can go back to the site, and we have our view again. What this does is imply a certain kind of workflow, where before you make any edits that could be destructive, you do an export of your entire content.